besides all of the crazy, wild cast rumors we've been hearing for the MCU Fantastic Four movie, one of the other aspects of this film that we've discussed is the villain. Of course, that's been one of the things at least personally, I've been most looking forward to, because every other single Fantastic Four movie, Doctor Doom has been the main villain. And Doctor Doom may still be here, but it's looking like this time around Galactus will be the big bad, which I still have mixed feelings on it. I mean, I prefer somebody smaller, like a Mole Man, or literally anyone else. But Galactus, great character, so I'm really excited for that. And of course, at the moment, Antonio Banderas is rumored, at least, to have been in talks to play Galactus, so that's really exciting. I think that's an interesting, out of the box, unexpected, but pretty cool casting choice right there. But of course, with Galactus comes his heralds. And the obvious assumption would be, okay, Silver Surfer is going to be in this. But it has been said that Silver Surfer will not be in this project. There are rumors we may get a Silver Surfer special presentation on Disney Plus, or some Silver Surfer solo project aside from this, which, again, interesting choice. I'm definitely excited for that. I love Silver Surfer, one of my favorite superheroes. So that's kind of cool, but who does that leave? Because, of course, Galactus is going to be in this movie. He's got to have a herald. There will be a herald in this movie, but who will be the main herald that our first family of Marvel is going to be battling up against? Well, obviously there's been a bunch of ideas out there. I mean, there is tons of heralds in the comics. Thor, even at one point, was a herald of Galactus. Even Punisher, who became Cosmic Ghost Rider. But that's a completely different topic. I've talked about Terrax maybe, or Morg. But it's now been said by My Time to Shine Hello that Galactus' herald in the MCU Fantastic Four reboot will be a woman. Which, if you look at the comment section on this post, there's some pretty upset fans out there like, oh my gosh, the MCU, it's real, and like all this like anti-feminist stuff. And yeah, to be fair, like it is very obvious that Marvel Studios is trying to promote more female superheroes, which personally I think is a great thing. At some points it is probably forced. I mean, you look at She-Hulk, a lot of the comedy in that was very anti-men. So, I mean, there's stuff like that. But I don't see this as an issue because, I mean, like I said, Galactus has like thousands of heralds. At least a couple of them are women. So I don't think it's really that big of a deal for the one that's going to be in this movie to be a woman. I mean, there's female heralds of Galactus. I mean, unless they gender bend a character and give us a female Terrax or something like that, I think this is fine. There are female heralds, so just give us one of them, and that's great. I think that's actually pretty cool. Also, I mean, you look at this movie, the Fantastic Four, there's 4 of them. 3 out of 4 of them are men. Plus, you got Galactus in here. A dude, I guess, technically. I mean, a really big dude. Doctor Doom is rumored to be in here, at least in some aspect. Again, a male character. So, yeah, I think it's fine if they give us at least a second female character in this movie, guys. Like, it's not that big of a deal. And there are some really good, interesting options here. Like, for example, Nova, who, most of you probably, when you hear Nova, you think of Richard Rider or Sam Alexander. That Nova with the Nova Corps. But this is Frankie Ray Nova, who is a herald of Galactus. She kind of looks like a female version of the Human Torch, and in some ways she kind of is. She's got all these fire powers, but she's a really cool character. I think this would be a really cool, interesting design. I believe she actually had a romance with Johnny Storm in the comics, which obviously makes sense. Like, Johnny, he's a playboy, and, his fire powers could, get in the way a bit of, loving a human person, but, a powered cosmic being like Frankie Ray Nova, who shares that fiery power, that could work out pretty well. Also, just imagine, like, I don't know, I'm just picturing like a really cool, like, you know, like when they have like their first kiss or something, it could be both of them like on fire, you know, flame on, just like floating in the air. Like that could be a really cool visual. You know, the fires of their love, the sparks would really be flying there. So that's a potential possibility there that I could totally see happening. But then there's also Stardust, which I think would be another interesting route to take. This one, not so much, would have a romantic involvement with it. I highly doubt that. And also, Frankie Ray Nova, she's not really... Like, she can go back and forth on being hero and villain. So I don't know if she would really work as being one of the main villains of this movie alongside Galactus. I do feel like Stardust probably is more realistic and more likely. And, again, visually, this would just be a really cool character to see in live action on screen. Obviously, it would be CGI, but I feel like this could look really, really freaking cool. I mean, she looks almost like an aquatic like fish character, and that again could be visually really cool. Like, you know, kind of tapping into that like aquatic side of her, almost like she's swimming through the starways. I think that would be really awesome. She even has a literal trident, like. She's a fish person, basically, at least design-wise. I mean, 6 eyes. This is a very powerful being because even before she was a Herald of Galactus, she was already like a cosmic ethereal being, I think is what she was called. But, you know, she got the powers from Galactus and, you know, the power cosmic and everything, and now she is literally immortal. So she cannot die. But again, I think this would be a really interesting character. I don't believe she can talk, just given the fact that she doesn't have a mouth. So that could be another really interesting aspect here as well. You know, obviously Marvel, they're trying to go for diversity these days. Give us technically a deaf character here. That would be actually really interesting if she like communicated through sign language. Another interesting aspect of this character is, you know, I included her in this video because you know, she's considered a female character, but if you want to get technical, Stardust is I think agendered is what it said on her wiki page. So technically doesn't have a gender. And again, that could be another diversity aspect as well. But basically it's a female character. That's, you know, she goes by she, her pronouns and stuff. But again, she doesn't talk. So, I mean, it's not something addressed super officially in the comics, but it's an aspect. So that could be something I lean into it as well. But again, I just think visually, this would be a really cool character. Like, imagine seeing something like this in live action again. It's like she's swimming through the starways. It's just really, really cool. Now, again, like I said, I don't know a whole lot about the character, so I could be wrong about the whole her not being able to talk thing. Because, I mean, there's speech bubbles here, but this could just be, like, her thoughts. So, I don't know. That's my assumption. I don't know. If not, I mean, they could totally make that a thing. Like I said, she doesn't have a mouth. So, her mouth is made up of 2 eyes. So, I think that could be pretty interesting. But anyways, guys, what do you think about this? What do you think about, you know, we're getting Galactus in the MCU Fantastic Four movie. We're getting a Herald of Galactus, but it's not going to be a Silver Surfer. It's not going to be a Terrax. It's instead going to be a female character. Do you think it'll be Frankie Ray Nova or Stardust? Or, you know, there's probably some other female heralds out there that I did not know of, that I did not include in this video, that you can mention in the comments below. But for now, guys, of course, thanks so much for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video and hit the subscribe button so I keep you up to date on everything goes on in the Marvel life.